DJM TV.
Court don sentence professor to 3 years in prison on top election malpractice. My betalicious person there, I welcome you to another edition of DJM TV Daily News Update. That place will be like say you dey get all the happening gist there and latest information for inside Nigeria and all around the world. The matter what we bring on today, so now one very serious matter will be like say never happened before for Nigeria, and this one will make the first time when something like this they happen in a very long time. The Independent National Electoral Commission don't drag one professor go court on top the 2019 senatorial election result for inside Akwa Ibom State when it concerned the former Senator Godswill Akpabio. The High Court for Ikotepene, Akwa Ibom State, sentenced one professor of soil science for University of Calabar, Peter Ogban, to 3 years imprisonment for the wuruwuru when he do for the 2019 senatorial election result for inside the state. Oga Peter Ogban na the returning officer wey dey for the senatorial election for inside Akwa Ibom Northwest for 2019, and the Independent Electoral Commission na dey prosecute am. The professor initially been dey lecture for University of Uyo before he come transfer from there go University of Calabar, called the lecture for inside the soil science department. For January, for one cross session for inside court, the court discovered say over 5,000 fake votes na they add join the APC score for Oruk Anam for inside the election. The professor also admit say he and the PDP agent now signed the result sheet, but he deny whether he manipulate the results. For what he talk say I not extract information from Exhibit 2 before I fill Exhibit 3. I fill Exhibit 3 from wetin they read that to me by the local government area returning officer. This one na wetin he talk. However, the court don find out saying they guilty of altering result of the election to favor the All Progressive Congress candidate Godswill Akpabio against the People's Democratic Party. The Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Godswill Akpabio, na be the APC candidate when be contest against the PDP candidate Chris Ekpenyong, the former deputy governor for inside the state. Although after all the wuruwuru the way they do for inside the election, Ekpenyong still defeat Akpabio for inside the election. Now, after all the cross-examination, although Mr. Ogban just say he not really manipulate the result, so he not do fraudulent manipulation of result. Now, what did they call give and he write for inside the form? The court don't find them saying they're guilty of fraudulent manipulation of election result, publishing and announcing of fake results. Now, so the court say the professor go pay 100,000 naira as fine. The professor don't forget I tell na to say he na professor for inside University of Calabar in the lecture soil science, and I be the returning officer for Akwa Ibom Northwest District. And this wahala when he go for put so they talk say he manipulate election result. It get to do with 2 local government area where they call Oruk Anam and Etimekpom. For the previous one of the previous court sessions, the guy be don admit say yes, true, he falsified the result. Say he do fake result. For the court answer again, they say no, he not falsify a result. The PDP candidate Chris Ekpenyong, now former deputy governor for inside the Akwa Ibom State, and despite all the violence wey happen for inside that election, Chris Ekpenyong still win the Senator Godswill Akpabio for inside the matter. Now the university lecturer, he don't beg for mercy, say I beg, may they forgive him for what he do, and may they temper justice with mercy. Though the court don sentence her to 3 years imprisonment, but they also give her option of fine of 100,000 naira. Now, Justice Odoko, wey be the judge for the matter, don describe the case as novel one, and he quoted the lecturer say, well, he not get too much when he go fit do other than to let the law take its course. He said the prosecution they able to prove the case against Mr. Ogban beyond every reasonable doubt. Now, in case you defeat and let Mr. Ogban and this matter concern, it also concern another guy will be professor for human kinetics for Department of Physical and Health Education, University of Uyo, where they call Ignatius Uduk. They also charge them for election fraud inside Akwa Ibom State. For Ignatius Uduk matter, they are accused of unlawful generation of election results in favor of the People's Democratic Party for inside SCN Idim State Constituency election for 2019, and the fact say he lie under oath. The court don't remand Mr. Uduk for inside custody for December, and they call say they go prosecute her for a later date. Now, this is the very first time we be like say INEC will be the Independent National Electoral Commission. They prosecute professors will be returning officers on top electoral fraud. Although they always want them say anybody will commit fraud for any election, INEC will prosecute the person. But INEC never ever make good that part of the law. But for the very first time, they prosecute professors will be returning officers. So man, don't forget say Mr. Ogban don't back 3 years imprisonment with an option of fine of 100,000 naira. While Mr. Ignatius still there for court custody, depending on the date will be like say they go look into a matter. Now my people, how you see this matter? It good as INEC begin prosecute returning officers. Not only returning officers they supposed to prosecute, abi e get other people this matter supposed to concern. Don't forget say Mr. Ogban just say not be only in I do the matter. Say the local government area returning officer. Now what did the guy call for and I write for inside the form? That means say the matter don't concern 2 people, but now only 1 person and the sentence go 3 years imprisonment. It makes sense, abi it not make sense. The court supposed to also sentence the candidate because, for instance, Mr. Ogban do this one to favor Senator Godswill Akpabio. Senator Godswill Akpabio is supposed to share for the punishment, abi not supposed to share for the punishment. What will be your own opinion concerning this matter? You drop your comment for the comment section. We're going to read your comment to know what you think concerning this issue what we bring come today. Well, this now here will take come to the end of our news edition on top DJM TV daily news update. Don't forget to like and to share this video. I beg, it's not the first time we see our video. May you not forget to subscribe. May you follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram at DJM TV. You should go our website, go check. We did there with plenty of delicious news for www.djmtv.news. We're also there for TikTok, so follow us on TikTok at DJM TV News. Now there you did see better things that will make your belly they sweet you. And in case you the reason and say now only news una go they do, you fit still place your advert with us on top of DJM TV News. We will assure you to say your advert go reach the better market where you want me to reach, and your market go sell on top DJM TV News. Well, my people, here will take come to the end of this edition, and I tell you to say for this life, delay no be denial. You understand? My name is Remela will favor, and this na DJM TV daily news update.
DJM TV. DJM TV.
Fulani people don't say no, they don't like it.
Welcome to DJM TV.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.
Some of the delegates and ask the question.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.